Question number 9. Factor 8x squared plus 6x minus 9 completely. And since we have a number multiplying the x squared that is not just 1, and we can't factor out a greatest common factor, what do we need to do? Well, we need to factor by grouping. And we're going to look for two numbers that multiply to whatever 8 and minus 9 multiply to. So 8 times minus 9. So we get negative 72. And the two numbers also need to add up to positive 6, whatever's multiplying the x. Great. So how do we find these two numbers? Well, let's find the factors of 72. After that, we're going to worry about the signals. So I can have 1 and 72, 2 and 36, 3 and 24. So I'm finding pairs of factors, right? And I could keep going, but I think I already found what we were looking for right here. 6 and 12. Now, I wanted two numbers that were 6 units apart. And why is that? Because the two numbers need to multiply to negative 72. So to multiply to a negative number, we need a positive number times a negative number. And if I have positive 12 and negative 6, that works. Because 12 times negative 6 is negative 72, and 12 plus negative 6 is just 6. Great. Okay. Now that we know this, I can actually split up the 6x into 12x and minus 6x. The negative 6 here just makes it a minus 6x. And I'll bring down the minus 9 and the 8x squared. Because the 12x is positive, I put a plus right here. Now we can continue to factor by grouping. We'll pair these off. Now, what is the GCF of 8x squared plus 12x? 4x. 8x squared divided by 4x is 2x. 12x divided by 4x is 3. Now we have minus 6x minus 9. Let me factor out the GCF. In this case, a minus 3. Now minus 6x divided by minus 3 is just 2x. And minus 9 divided by negative 3 or minus 3 is just plus 3. Now look at this. These are the same. And that's what we needed. So we have 4x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. And this is factored by grouping, right? This goes over here. That goes over there. And we just need to repeat the 2x plus 3 only once. So that is the fully factored form of 8x squared plus 6x minus 9. And now let's do question 10. Same thing, same process. 12x squared plus 11x minus 5. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to whatever 12 and negative 5 multiply to. 12 times negative 5 is negative 60. And those two numbers also need to add up to 11. So let's find pairs of factors of 60. Pairs of numbers that multiply to 60. You can have 1 and 60, 2 and 30. You can have 3 and 20, 4 and 15. Oh, how about 4 and 15? Well, again, we need two numbers that multiply to negative 60. So one number needs to be positive and the other one needs to be negative. And if we have positive 15 plus negative 4, we would get 11. And positive 15 times negative 4 is negative 60. So that works. So we're going to split up the 11x into 15x minus 4x. Then I bring down the minus 5 and 12x squared. Okay, now we can factor by grouping again. I can factor out a 3x over here. 12x squared divided by 3x, 4x. 15x divided by 3x is just 5. And minus 4x minus 5, I can actually factor out a minus 1. Minus 4x divided by negative 1, or minus 1, is just 4x. And minus 5 divided by negative 1 plus 5. Great. Now look at this. We have 4x plus 5 repeating. The 3x comes over here, and the minus 1 right there. So the fully factored form of our trinomial is 3x minus 1 times 4x plus 5. Wow, that was a long video, but hopefully it made good sense to you. That's it.